I was at my wit's end this past school year with the juggle with our toddler. How will we corral our preschooler for the next school year? Stick around as I continue with our Curricula Choices series and tackle what we have chosen for our littlest learner. Toddlers definitely add a dimension of distractions to your homeschooling day. I would try to give our almost 4-year-old attention first, and even would include some hands-on activities that she can do while we try to get some school in. But sometimes even those hands-on activities were pretty short-lived. And of course, there were the constant distractions where she needed to go to the potty or wanted a milk break. And I'm telling you, it was like maybe at least five times during our morning time, we would be distracted, and it would pretty much throw off everyone's focus with what we were trying to learn. So I was pretty exhausted and burnt out by the end of our school year. She pretty much became our little boss. And if you have toddlers, you probably know what I mean. And in seasons like these, you have to give yourself and everyone else grace. By the way, let me introduce myself in case you're new here. I'm Yuri, and I'm a dentist and a homeschooling mom to 5 kids. We will be entering our 10th year of homeschooling by the next school year. And by that time, our children will be 13 years old, 11 years old, 9 years old, 6 years old, and 4 years old. I know I had mentioned that our toddler was all over the place and was distracting everyone, and even was distracted herself. But I have seen a very drastic change in her within the last month or so with her attention and focus. So I want to encourage you parents that whatever rough season that you're going through, there is light ahead. Our soon-to-be 4-year-old has shown a lot more interest in learning. There are days when she would actually come up to me and ask me,
"Where is her school? When is she doing school? She needs to do school."
So I think she might be kind of ready. So here's what we have planned for her for the next school year. Let's start with phonics. At the preschool level, you really don't need a full-on curriculum, and you want to keep it simple. And we like to focus on the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Phonics should be simple. So basically what we do in our family is we go over flashcards. And you can get these flashcards from anywhere, from the Dollar Tree, from Walmart, wherever. And we would go over the letter sounds. And it really doesn't have to be flashcards. It could also be letter posters, or even like traceable letter pages like this. And I mean, these can actually suffice as a poster, right? So we'll just go over all the letters and their sounds. And then eventually, after we go through them chronologically, I would just point them out randomly and see if my child can tell me what sound the letter makes. So the posters are really helpful in that. And then another one is the sandpaper letters, to get those fine motor skills down and to figure out how to form the letters. So we like the sandpaper letters. Another way people like to get the motion of the letters in is by using shaving cream or salt. For our family, our kids have tons of fun with that, but it doesn't always become a lesson on forming letters. They just kind of play with the salt or the shaving cream, but it is still a great way to get those fine motor skills down. And another simple way is to just take a workbook like this and have them trace the letters. And by doing that, they can figure out the order of how letters are formed. Especially if they're not ready to use a pencil. Because I know with our toddler, she wasn't ready to write yet. but she didn't mind using her finger to trace letters. And from there, we would use sight word flashcards. And I would start with the very basic ones, the simplest ones, the 2-letter ones that are phonetic. Since our child has already pretty much mastered the letter sounds, they are ready to try to read these simple words. And we just go in and have her ask her, what does I say? And then and what does N say? N. And then what do they say together? And she'll be able to try to read it. So in. And once they figure that out, after trying all these simple words, the phonetic ones, oops, they almost have like an aha moment where it's like, oh wow, I was able to put sounds together from the letters that I know, and they make words. They actually make words, and they are so proud that they are learning to read. So this has been a very great tool for us, just simple sight word cards. And one fun way to review your phonics and letters is like a bingo game. So we have this ABC bingo game that we may use to review our letters. And also, Lakeshore has a fun resource. It's a twist and turn word builder. And basically, you have just 3-letter words, and you build words out of these 3 letters. And this is great because the child can see that words have families. And just by changing one letter in a word can build a new word. So cat can become mat, and mat can become sat, and sat can become rat. And they start to see that, wow, words have families, and there's a commonality in this word. And then they're starting to see that, oh, these words actually have a similar sound as well. So then they're learning that words can rhyme. So this is a great resource for that. And in the past, I have also used this resource. It was free at the time. So this was years ago. I think maybe even 10 years ago that I printed these out. It's from this website called, I can't remember, but if I can find it, I will link it down below in the description box. But it's free, and you just print them out, and it's really fun because it teaches a child about rhyming words. And so it starts with a nursery rhyme, and you go through the nursery rhyme, and then you get to learn all these words that rhyme with each other. And there are also activities that you can do, whether it's matching and all different activities that might be kinesthetic. So this has been a good resource for our family. And there are tons of them. So I'm going to go online and see if I can find that resource. Another resource that we liked was from Progressive Phonics. And this is also free online. So let me see and check to see if this is all still free. But, you know, your child gets to read with you. So they're learning a bunch of words from the same family. And this will be the short A vowel book. Short vowel A book. And so you can see that these are the at words. A lot of them are the at words. And they get to read the red words while you get to read the black words. And then it's like very interactive. And your child is getting to see that they are able to read. So this is a fun one to incorporate. So I will look for that as well. Our preschooler wasn't ready for real seat work this past school year, but she loved this dry erase workbook. Let's see, get to the beginning. This dry erase workbook. And I would bring it out once in a while. And I'll probably continue to bring it out once in a while because I think it will help to hone her fine motor skills in order for her to get ready to write. And I can tell that she is improving a lot with the pen grasp and just being able to form shapes and different strokes and letters. So I think she's ready to move on to an actual handwriting book. So we are going to go with A Reason for Handwriting, the kindergarten level. We use this workbook with our oldest two children, our 13-year-old and our 11-year-old. And it's very simply laid out. And the reason for is supposed to incorporate more Christ-centered reasons for writing, or whatever it may be, spelling or reading or science, because that's the different programs that they have. They have handwriting, spelling, reading, and science. But in the kindergarten level, there isn't so much of that. You can't really tell, but this does have a theme. So the kindergarten one has a theme of creation and sharing. So a lot of the pictures that you're going to see have to do with creation. You know, animals, of course, are part of creation. So we're going to go with a reason for handwriting. Eventually, I want to use All About Reading to teach our preschooler to read, because I think she'll enjoy the hands-on components that are in the All About Reading program. But I don't think she's quite ready for the level 1 of All About Reading. There is a preschool level for All About Reading, but our daughter already knows all of her letter sounds, so I don't know if it would be a good fit for her. So we're going to go with a program that we have loved for many, many years, and we have used for pretty much all our elementary age students, kids, and it will be Christian Light Education. So we're going to go with the Learning to Read program with Christian Light Education. It comes with these 4 readers, and it also comes with 10 light units, which are what they call their workbooks. And I don't have those workbooks yet to show you. I need to order them. But the teacher's guide includes all of the pages. You can see all the pages that are in those workbooks. And you can see that the workbooks start out very simply and very fundamental. So you're going to get your phonics already throughout the workbooks. There'll be your tons of matching and letter sounds and recognition. And then eventually it will be word recognition and word reading. So CLE does involve more physically writing. So that will help to build those writing muscles for our daughter. I'll try to have all the resources mentioned and have timestamps included down below in the description box. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you. And we will be reading tons and tons of books to our daughter. And our rising first grade daughter likes to read books to her as well. And if you can't get anything in or anything accomplished for your preschooler during the school year, I assure you that if you just read books to them, that itself is already a curriculum. They are soaking up everything, and you're not only going to produce good readers, but you're going to produce good writers and public speakers, because by hearing the words come together, your children are going to be able to see how and hear how words come together, how good words and language comes together. And eventually they can translate that and turn that into something tangible, like a written essay or a public speech. So I encourage you to read to your children. And if you can't physically read to them, then audiobooks. There's so many resources out there. Just turn on an audiobook and they are getting it all just by listening. So let's see, we've covered reading, writing, and all that's left is math. So we're going to go with Singapore math, the kindergarten level. Our daughter loves to count pretty much anything in sight, and I think she is ready for this math program. It starts out really simply, and she will probably enjoy it because it's a lot of fun. And all our children have gone through the Singapore math program, and they have loved the level K, the kindergarten level. I don't have it here to show you because I haven't ordered the books yet, but it comes in 2 workbooks, A and B. So split up into 2 so that it doesn't feel so big and chunky. But it is really fun the way it's laid out. It's very clear and easy to follow. And so we're going to go with Singapore math again. And I also have these cupcake math counter manipulatives, and just to reinforce those math concepts. They come in different colors, of course, like most any manipulative would, right? And also these cards come with it to hone in those simple addition skills. So we're going to try that out. And I also have these puzzles. These also help with addition, simple addition. And basically you have to match the answer once they get the answer to how many of the items on the puzzle pieces are, and then they have to find that number that go with it. So what are the fours? Okay. And also for fun, on the other side of that ABC bingo game are numbers. So here's the alphabet side, and the other side has numbers. So along with her rising first grade sister, I'm going to have them do the number bingo game to reinforce recognizing the different numbers. I do have the counting bears that come in different sizes and colors, but I guess I forgot to pack them up when we were moving into our RV. So we're just going to make do with what we have because I don't want to buy another set of counting bears. So that really concludes the basic foundation of what we want to teach our preschooler. But I do have a few other resources that I want to include for the next school year for her. And one of them involves social studies. And I have this flip book here that I got from Timberdoodle, and it's called Learn About Feelings with Sparks. And so I feel that all preschoolers, everyone should learn about emotions and how to deal with them and how to relate with others because everyone has emotions, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, I'll be there in a minute, okay? So in this flip book, we're going to go over different emotions like happy, sad, scared, embarrassed, surprised, frustrated, angry, and excited. So all the pages, so we're going to start with happy. All the pages start like this. And then on the back of those pages, you have some prompting questions that go along with a scenario. And you'll have several scenarios of just that one emotion. So I think this will be fun, and it also helped to build those character traits. Some other resources I like to include have to do with logic, because I think even at the preschool level, preschool ages, logic is so much fun. So I have puzzles mainly. So this is a Paw Patrol puzzle. I have several different puzzles, and our kids love puzzles. So we're gonna have our preschooler hone her skills in figuring out putting these puzzles together. And I also have this 5 Little Birds puzzle game, and it's another logic game where you have to figure out how to place the various birds on this tree by looking at a challenge that you're going to get from this book. So it has all different levels, and she will probably just do the very basic, simplest ones. And she has already kind of been playing around with it and tinkering with it, and she seems to really enjoy it. So we're going to try those out. And that pretty much sums up all that I have planned for our preschooler for her school year. I hope this video was helpful in giving you some ideas on what you can do with your littlest learner. And please share down in the comments of what you have tried and what kind of activities you have done and what kind of programs that you have tried that you have come to love or that you didn't like so much. I would love to hear your opinions, and I'd love to get your feedback and get advice from you guys. Of course, there's no one way to teach your kid, and these are just some of the things that have worked for our family and have been tried and true. So she is our last of the 5 kids that we are getting through preschool, and a lot of these activities, a lot of these programs have been tried and true and have worked really well for our family. So I have no doubt that it's going to work well again, but we'll see what happens. All kids are different and all kids learn differently. And also what works for our family may not work for your family. But I hope I had given you some ideas on what you can try. And if you have any questions, please share those as well below, and I will make sure to get back to you. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a like. That will help this video get out to more people and hopefully help more people. And also, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. We would love for you to be part of our journey. That will help the channel out so much. Thank you so much for watching again, and hope to see you in the next video as I share about our rising 8th graders curricula choices and our summer plans and also our year-end reviews, to name a few of the kind of videos that I will be sharing. Thank you so much. Have a great day.